It's Michael Melfi, partner at Taylor English. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about equity ownership. It's something that comes up a lot. And the last couple of weeks, I don't know how many, probably come up a half a dozen times for me in conversations with founders, early stage companies, and how they're going to handle it. And I want to just take a few minutes. And very shortly, we'll be doing a whole video all around equity compensation, how to structure that, what option pools look like, and all that good stuff. But what I really want to focus on was really the foundation, the thoughts behind it, not the legal analysis, but put yourself in the shoes of someone who owns 100% of an entity, or you and your co-founders own 100% of an entity, or you and your first investors own 100% of a company. Whatever is going on, there's this entity, there's a pie that's 100% owned by the group now. And now you're thinking about giving out pieces of that pie to different people. And I find it always interesting that when the pie isn't worth a lot, people treat it like monopoly money. You know, if we were on Oprah Winfrey show, you get ownership, you get ownership, you get ownership. Everyone gets ownership in this entity. Or if it's monopoly money, you get 1,000 shares or 1,000,000 shares or whatever it is, you get 1,000,000 shares, and the people just give it away. People will create, hey, I want to have 100,000 shares in my company. And there's nothing wrong with the number. Don't get caught up in the numbers. But people just play with it like it's monopoly money. And it probably is a little bit, not realistic to some people because there's nothing there. The value of what they have is technically probably zero right now. Although they should have the mindset that it's worth whatever amount they want to take the company to. That's a whole nother conversation. They are treating this and giving it away as if there's little to no value. And I always have to stop them and say, wait a minute. If your company's worth $100 million and you gave someone 5%, you just gave them $5 million. Did you mean to? And usually the answer is no. Because they could have paid that person a lot less or given them a lot less. And I'm not saying the person's not worth giving equity. I'm not saying don't give equity. I'm simply saying that when you do this, it's really important to understand what you're doing. And if you're going to do it in such a way, structure it in such a way. Again, this is not a legal 101 or legal 201 on equity compensation. That's not what it's about. This is about how you should be thinking about this when it comes to this type of situation, such that if you are giving it away, make sure the structure, make sure you architect it in a way that allows you to be able to take it back. Not because you want to take it back, but what if it doesn't work out? Most relationships do not work out, personal and professional, unfortunately, usually because of communication. And it's not going to work out. And when it doesn't, what do you do then? How do you make sure that you can get back what you gave to give it to the next person that's going to have to come on the team to join you? Because what's different about an early stage company is you need resources, specifically human capital resources. You need people who can help run the business, who can help guide the ship, who can help be part of what you're doing. And usually you can't pay them fair market value, so you have to pay them in equity. And so if you're going to do that and you gave all the way to someone else who left the boat, you're not going to have enough to give to the next person. You got to be able to take it back from them as they leave the boat to give to the next person entering the boat. Again, you may say that's not fair or that's not right. If I'm that person receiving, I don't want to give it back. But when you really think about the concept of what the goal is in building this, you have to have the materials, the stock to pay the team members to be able to really grow this the way it needs to. And so it's just something that's come up a lot. I thought I'd create a quick little video about it. I look forward to your comments and questions in the chat and talking to you more about this. And like I said, we'll be doing more of a legal base, like what do the legal structures look like to do what I just described in another episode. But for now, I just thought it'd be good to touch base on what that mindset needs to be as you look to think about doing equity compensation. Until the next episode, stay investable.